Welcome to the Financial Insight Show. I'm Alan. Today I'm interacting with Melanie from the ZBAN, the Zambia Business Angels Network. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and glad to be here.
Thank you. ZBAN is the first innovation of its own in the market, and you've been around to fill a major gap that most financiers don't.
Mm-hmm.
So in that regard, I would like to find out, who is ZBAN?
Okay, so ZBAN, which stands for the Zambia Business Angel Network, ZBAN being the acronym ZBAN, is the first angel network in Zambia, Zambia's first angel network actually in Zambia. And it was established to just fill a major gap within the ecosystem. We never had angel investment within Zambia officially, so we are the first actual official angel investing network within Zambia.
Perfect. How long has ZBAN been around?
We've been around since 2021 to present.
Okay.
And it's been an interesting journey, very exciting actually.
I would like to find out, in terms of angel investing, how different is it from venture capitalist?
Okay, so angel investing would be your first tier second tier. So you've got your family, your friends, and some say fools. Mm-hmm. Then you have your angel investors. And then you would have the venture capital firms after. Okay. So angel investors are basically high net worth individuals that are able to offer financing in exchange for equity.
Equity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Equity financing.
Equity financing. Mm-hmm. So now the question now becomes, the organization is member-led. Are you able to give us insight in what are the criteria of becoming a member, and what sort of background do you look for a potential investor or angel investor? Okay,
so angel investors, like I earlier said, are high net worth individuals, right? But most people will say, what's a high net worth individual? Because it's relative depending on who's defining it.
Yeah.
So literally, it's a high net worth individual. I like to quote Tommy Davis, who's the Africa Business Angel Network president, who said, if you want to know whether you're an angel investor or not, check that you own the house that you live in first before you start investing in people. But obviously somebody with some disposable income that has a passion for startups and SMEs, would like to see them grow, looking for possible investment streams, is able to give their time as well in probably giving business advice or mentorship to an individual, a founder, a startup, or an SME, somebody of that nature. And if you fit that bill, you're very welcome to apply. You can apply on our website, which is www.zban.org.zm. And you pretty much just fill in the application form there. If you happen to know an angel investor, they can refer you. If you don't know an angel investor, then all you need is 3 professional references that we will check. But applications come through our website and they're reviewed as soon as they're received, and we give you feedback.
All right. Mm-hmm. So from 2021, when ZBAN was established, what's been the growth trajectory of the Angels Network?
So when we first began in 2021, we started with 27 angels.
Okay.
We're currently sitting at 39 with some applications also in the background currently taking place. So we've been steadily growing, but what we're finding is the more the word is going out, the more deals that have come through the network, the more the word is going out and the more people are seeing that there's an avenue. We have angel investors that are based in Zambia. Okay. We also have angel investors that are based in the diaspora. So we're very open to those people who are looking for something to do back home. And the network is a body and a secretariat you can trust. And we have people doing the analysis of all the startups and the SMEs that come through. So you can trust the network as a possible way that you can actually invest money that makes a difference within the economy, within Africa, within the world. Yeah.
Perfect. You literally read my mind, because that was my next question. All right. So the other thing is there's always this mismatch between the ticket size that investors, even angel investors in this context, could have, and the ticket size that SMEs are looking for. How has ZBAN addressed that mismatch in terms of the ticket size and the appetite, the absorption rate from SMEs in the ecosystem?
Okay. So with ticket size, obviously, like you've said, it varies and ranges, and the angel investors see it one way and the SMEs and startups see it another way. But what we've seen with ZBAN, just telling from the deals that we've had and the people that we've seen, it ranges anything from $1,000. The most that we've ever done is $100,000 in ticket size. We haven't done anything more than that. But of course, the angels are able to syndicate depending on the kind of deal or the startup that has approached us. But generally speaking, most of the people and the companies, the founders that we've seen, ask for anything from $15,000. That's what we've seen, all the way up to $100,000 or more, sometimes $250,000.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So, would you, off the top of your head, would you think of an example of an SME that has come to ZBAN on seed stage, perhaps, and now they're maybe on Series A or Series B? Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give an example of Reviews, which is one of the startups that we invested in, which is literally an online construction marketplace.
Okay.
So when they first came to ZBAN, they were obviously at that level, the seed level, but now they're in the process of raising more money. And they recently qualified for what's called the Catalytic Africa Matched Fund.
Okay.
So after they got the investment through ZBAN, first of all, they came to ZBAN from Bongo Hive, which is their incubation hub, applied to ZBAN, came through ZBAN, got an investment through an angel investor, then applied to the Catalytic Africa Fund, which is literally a fund that either doubles or triples the investment. Obviously, there's a qualifying criteria, which is your innovation hub, your angel investor, and the angel network, which is ZBAN, need to be registered with them. And once you tick all those boxes, you're more than welcome to apply. And she did. The founder's called Michelle Chimuka. She applied and she recently got awarded Catalytic Matched Fund. And it's the first time that this has ever happened in Zambia. So we were very excited about it. And we're looking forward to seeing more initiatives such as this one. We're looking forward to just being able to encourage startups and SMEs to see that there are things happening within Africa, and there is a way for them to grow their businesses in a steady way. So yes, definitely Reviews is an example that I would use. They're going to use the money that they received to scale up on their operations, improve their tech, and grow, which literally means they grow their team, which means employment's created, which then trickles down to every other thing economically that we've been believing for as a country. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for the work that you're doing so far. From research, it's been shown that angels, when they come into an enterprise, they always seek 25% going up. From your experience at ZBAN, what are the ranges in terms of equity share that when an angel puts in money into an enterprise, they seek for? There's always a temptation when an SME starts a business, they want to own the whole thing, 100% of it. So what has been experienced from ZBAN's point of view, like in terms of the equity share that investors would want to get?
Okay. So the good thing about ZBAN, which is what I'm going to say, is that we don't dictate what that equity percentage is going to be. We literally leave it to the startups, because an angel investor does not set the terms. So the person that's seeking funding always sets the terms for the investment. Of course, there are some founders and startups who can't imagine giving away any share of their business, whereas there are others who don't mind. What we would like to advise is that you shouldn't be so in love with your idea that you're not willing to let somebody else in if they can help you grow it and make it better. Generally speaking, we are equity financiers, although we have had some startups that come through seeking a debt at a specific interest rate or seeking a debt in the form of a convertible note. But generally speaking, what we've seen is the percentage of equity ranges from the deals, because we've done 6 deals so far, closed deals. They've
from
ranged
2021 or just this year?
No, from 2021 to about January, we've done 6 closed deals, and they've ranged between 15 to 20%, each one of them, 15 to 20% of equity that's been given.
All right.
But yes, but the key is the founder or the startup needs to be open to make sure they get their numbers right, because what you're literally doing with equity is you're giving away shares of the business. So you need to understand the value of those shares, which is the key, is to get the value right. Because what you don't want is an investor's looking for a return on an investment. So they will give you the money, but there is work that's involved, and it's work that you're able to do.
So on the return to investment, what the return of investments do you usually have?
It's hard to say because each one of them is different. And we haven't yet had a situation where an investor has exited a business, because it's early days. So most of the investors that have invested are still with the founders and startups. So nobody has come out as yet. We're literally at the stage where they've put in the money and the businesses now are doing all the work to grow and to scale up, is what we've seen.
Okay, good. I have, from experience and just research, is that most SMEs, when they start a business, the valuation process is something that is usually not something that they know. Obviously, entrepreneurs from different spaces, they will not know how to value a business. Does ZBAN come in, maybe help them do a valuation of a business so they know the enterprise value? So even when they're offering an equity share, they know exactly the valuation of the business. Does ZBAN do that? So
what we do, because we're part of an ecosystem, what we don't want to do is to do everything. Because we sit on the investor side, and you've got your incubation hubs and innovation hubs that help you understand your business model, and you've got your business advisors and all those people. So we are hoping, although it doesn't always happen, that by the time you're coming to ZBAN, you've been through your innovation hubs and all these things. Sometimes it doesn't happen because sometimes people come direct. But what we do when we receive your application is we will offer you the resources. So we will not tell you how to do it because we're the investor. We are not the innovation hub. We want to make sure that all the players within the ecosystem are playing their part. So we can give direction as to where the help will be found concerning a specific issue like evaluation, and we will give links to resources to help you understand those key items. But yes, because we don't want to influence, we sit in a place where we cannot influence what you're going to present, because you're literally pitching an idea to us. So we want to make sure we're playing the right role.
Yeah. After you mentioned hubs and innovation centers where these SMEs usually emanate from, what I would like to know now is the pitching sessions. According to the monthly bulletin, you have these regular pitching sessions. My question is, what sort of innovations do you usually see come through the door? I know that there could be anything from fintech to cookery. So can you just tell me?
Okay, so like you've rightly put it, we are sector agnostic. We are open to every single industry. And what we've been noticing is that we are seeing a lot of tech. So ed tech, health tech, any kind of tech, construction tech. We're seeing a lot of tech coming through the door. We're also seeing a lot of agriculture coming through the door, which is very, very encouraging. We've been seeing aquaculture. We've been seeing renewable energy. Those are the most common ones that are popping up. And it's been very, very encouraging to see how tech is literally fitting into different aspects of sectors. But generally, yes, agriculture, it's been tech, all kinds of tech, renewable energy. Yeah, generally.
Okay. Yeah. Have you had any pitching session with Zambian SMEs in the diaspora?
No. So we haven't had, although we possibly might be having one, but we haven't yet. Not yet. Okay. But we look forward to receiving those kind of pitches. Yeah.
Because for the economy to grow, we need every Zambian.
We do. In fact, this is a great opportunity to make that call to Zambians in the diaspora. Please, if you're ready to pitch ideas, and we need you, we need everything, every resource and every brain to help grow the Zambian economy. So yeah.
There we go. So we're also waiting for a lot of Zambians who are here in Zambia to come in. ZBAN is open for business. Melanie has just given us examples of companies that are out there doing the best that they can do. So please, your pitching sessions are always splendid. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing some of the startups that I see on the market go to seed round and grow all the way to something that can be listed on the stock exchange.
True.
Perfect. Yeah. Lastly, Financial Insight has noted that you hold a number of events during the course of the year. Aside from pitch and presentation, are there any specific events you host on entrepreneur education? And what other events do you host that give insights into the making your perfect pitch? Okay.
So what we're really excited about is specifically this year is in our strategy, we decided to now start having masterclasses for everybody that's been through the pipeline. So for the startups and the SMEs, literally these masterclasses will have several topics with experts. Like one of the questions you asked about evaluations, we will have experts that can sit down and talk to startups about some of the things that they may have questions about, but they don't know where to go. And we are partnering with some organizations that I won't mention right now, but very exciting organizations that have agreed to sit down with us and host these masterclasses and simply educate startups and entrepreneurs on key things to do with compliance, to do with your basic accounting, the processes and systems that every startup and SME needs the moment that they're ready to grow their business. Because sometimes they just don't know where to ask these questions. And because they're charged for them and they're thinking, I just got invested in, or I'm simply growing and I can't afford business advice at that level. So we're offering masterclasses. We soon will be sharing information around that. And we're really looking forward to it because we realize that there's a lot that happens after the pitch. There's some hand-holding that needs to take place, and we're ready to be a part of that process, and we're really looking forward to it.
Okay. So the master classes, then there'll be hand-holding. The hand-holding, how long do you anticipate the hand-holding?
So the hand-holding, to be specific, is through the master classes.
Okay.
Our angel investors do offer. Sometimes we've got SMEs or startups that come through that are just looking for mentorship, or business advisory services, or somebody that's just willing to open the door for them. So for those specific asks, sometimes those people that are not looking for capital or funding do come through and say, look, all I need is a mentor. And we've had companies that have come through. In fact, one of the 6 investments that ZBAN had was a company that just came and said, we're not looking for money yet. We're literally looking for a mentor because we want somebody else who has the experience and the know-how to guide us. So in that situation, yes, we will handhold, but it's dependent on the agreement that the angel investor will have and the discussions that they do have with the startup one-on-one. But the mentorship aspect, yes, is key. But we offer it to those that have been through the pipeline.
There's usually a hesitation on the part of SMEs to allow an outsider, in this case an angel investor, to participate in the management, quote unquote, of their business. How flexible are the ones in the pipeline and the 6 that you've been working with to allow angel investors to participate in the running of the business?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question so that we clarify it right here now. So the angel investors don't want to be part of the management and the running of your company. Literally what they're doing is investing in you because they believe in you, that you have the capabilities to run the business. Because obviously by nature, they're extremely busy people doing 1,001 things. So they're investing in you because you've pitched the idea, you've sold your idea, and they have faith in what you're saying. So they don't want to be part of the running and the daily management of your company. They can offer advice here and there depending on where it's necessary, but they're literally trusting you to run the business because you said you could. So that's literally, I would say it's an advantage because you don't get to have somebody sitting over your shoulder every second telling you what to do. You need to run your business. But of course, you need to run it obviously with integrity. And we believe that what you said is exactly what it is on the ground. There's a tendency for startups and SMEs sometimes to exaggerate figures or numbers. Our advice is just keep it real, be honest, be straightforward. These angel investors know exactly what running a business is about. And you won't be reprimanded for just being honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Because the ecosystem, like we mentioned in the introduction, is that there are all these other finances, all these other players. So you mentioned that you have 6 investments that have been going on. Every form of investment, be a VC or a PE, it's got its own exit strategy. And then you mentioned that these haven't exited yet. What could be the anticipated exit strategy?
Hard to say, like I was saying, because it's dependent on each angel investor and the founder or the startup, the discussion and the negotiation that they will have. So whether it's going to be a buyback, it's literally dependent on them, whether it's a potential listing, which is a good exit strategy. Personally, I would say it's all dependent on it's all dependent on the two coming together and literally agreeing. I would advise that it's agreed at the very beginning, because an angel investor, or even entrepreneurs, need to think of it in advance, actually, because it's really helpful for an angel investor to sit there, listen to you present your idea, and you've actually thought about a possible exit. It's always good to go into something having the end in mind, rather than get into it and start thinking about how to end it. It just really helps to have the end from the beginning, because then you have a direction and you know exactly where you're going. So yeah, and it's easy to measure success that way as well. Okay.
I have, from experience being in the investment space for a good number of years, is that an investor, when they throw in money, they will seek a return. Especially now, there's a trend. There's green financing. How green is your portfolio?
How green is our portfolio?
Yes.
It's green enough, I would say. It's green enough, but we have seen, like I was saying, a number of companies coming with renewable energy and great innovations out there, and it's been very encouraging, and we are encouraging it. We would like more SMEs and startups and founders to just come and pitch those ideas, because we believe that they are brilliant ideas. There's one specific really brilliant idea that I can't really talk about right now and give detail because it's undergoing due diligence, but it's very encouraging to see. We have people who are thinking out there and doing stuff, and it's very exciting.
Perfect.
Very exciting, yeah.
Anyway, it was a quick, and we've come to the end of the interview. Thank you for coming to the show. Financial Insight appreciate what Ziban is doing on the market. The ecosystem would be imperfect without you, without your role. We implore entrepreneurs out there, regardless of your size, Ziban is open. Come and pitch. Come and give you a business idea. Funding is there. There is a masterclass coming on the way. So you are rest assured, you come from ideation to the market. Perfect. And thank you so much for tuning in.